Now check this out. Did a little rendering, as you can tell. Got some chicken food right in here. This will be going out to the chickens in just a few minutes. But look at what we got here. Ooh-wee! All right, let's take this outside and dump it and just see how big of a block of wax we got. All right, now this might take a little while to get this thing out of here because I see it's already distorted my bucket. It might take a little serious coercing. No, it ain't gonna come out there. Felt something give way. It's a coming. Oh, you hear Mike Barry chuckling over there?
I was trying to be quiet, but
look at that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, nice little block of brood wax right there. Beautiful. Whoops, beautiful color.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it smells. Oh, smell it.
Divine. Oh, man, that's amazing.
Only got one thing to say, Mike. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hello, Mr. Ed here on a late spring, early summer morning here in southeast Louisiana. And man, our days are getting warmer and longer as well. And as I walk through the field with all the martins, I'm thinking, man, there's just a few more weeks and then they'll be gone. They'll be headed back down to South America. And so our little time with them will be over. But today I got a pretty interesting job, and I want to bring you all along with me. And it concerns the observation hive that I built a couple weeks ago, months ago, and put in that big external beehive. Well, I didn't have a lot of hope for that hive because it never was very strong, and it did die out. And so what I had always hoped for was that I could catch a swarm and repopulate the box with the comb. Unfortunately, let me show you what the condition of this comb is right now. It was sad when I opened up the box and found it, but this is all that's left of the open air colony. And you can see where the wax moth just decimated it. When I opened up the box, this whole bottom section of the comb was on the bottom of the box, and so that was the end of that. And so this was, when I saw that, then the whole direction of the observation hive changed, and this was the reason why. So that being the case, I said, well, you know what, I got these swarm traps out there, and they like to draw that comb below the frames, and I could probably put that in the observation hive. But to do that, I'd have to convert that box to be able to do that job. So let me show you what I've done and what I plan on doing today, and have you follow along. By the grace of God, we'll get through this day without maybe people like world famous Mike Barry showing up at my doorstep begging for something. Let's go wrangle some bees. So here we go. Let me show you what's going on with our observation hive right now. And there's the swarm trap that the bees that are in it that I'm going to place in here. And like I said before, when you use this type of a swarm trap, our bottom of our frames come to about right here. And a lot of times, especially if you keep these traps out too long, the bees start building comb down all the way to the bottom. And so that's what made me think about maybe getting one of these types of swarms and using that comb to put inside of our observation hive. Now, for me to do that, I had to modify it. Let me pull the cover off. So here's the interior of our box. There is the entrance to this hive, and what I had to do to make the box accommodate the frames was to build supports. So this one right here and this one right here, and then to have it notched out to be able to put a frame in it like that. Now, with the addition of these two supports on either side of the box, I now can take a frame, and you see it rests right in there. Here's another one. Put another frame in there too. So they'll rest right on top of that, and they're flush to the top of here, so that my top of my box will also be sitting on top of our frames. So all of this is in preparation to take the frames from our swarm trap and put them in here. And the idea of this box is not to really get a long hive, but to get those bees to draw that comb down, and that's hopefully what we're going to see when we open up this box to transfer them out. Now, the box is already located right now very near, so there's our entrance to our bees right now, and then directly below that, if I can show you, there you go, there's the entrance to our hive. So it's pretty close. When the bees come out, they'll have some idea of orientation, but not too much, but they'll get it figured out, I'm sure. Well, here comes the part where we really need the grace. By the grace of God, we're going to get the bees out of here. Hopefully we'll have some nice drawn comb in there, and set all this hive up and get our observation hive back up and running. So here's our setup. Our box is on a board sitting right here. What I'm going to do, these are the frames that I'm going to set in there. I'm going to put 2 frames in the very beginning of them. These are old honey supers, so it's drawn comb on them. So I'm going to put 2 in the front of the box, and then I'm going to start putting the frames inside of, behind the 2 in the front. And then at the end, I'm going to drop in 2 more at the end. So hopefully we're going to push the hive a little bit back so that we can get it centered, not centered, but a little, so we can observe the growth of the hive a little bit more up here. So I am going to get all this stuff situated in place so I can grab it. And now I'm going to slide this board right here back to access the space below it. It's heavy. It's really heavy. Alright. So here is the space where we're going to be putting our frames. And I have this board right here because that's actually what's supporting our outside boards right here. They're sitting on it like a ledger board. They're sitting on this, so that's really the support. They are screwed into the sides, but that's not going to be enough support to carry the weight, so we actually have to have these sitting on a board. So I'll drop the first frame, the first 2 frames. Remember, they're drawn comb. We're just going to set them right here. Now I am a little bit concerned about this space right in here, but if they decide to build comb in there, that's okay with me. And let me show you a little bit So the bottom of my frame is going to be right almost in line to where our entrance is. There it is. Here's our entrance right here. So our frames are right in line with that. So the bees come in and they're going to be landing on that frame. That's where they're going to be doing, which is what I want them to do. So we're going to put one more frame in there. And now we got 2 frames. Now, with those in place, let's undo our strap and take our top off of here and see if we can pull out some nice frames of drawn comb. All right, very good. Yeah, you see, they had that thing welded on there. All right, let's pull out our first frame, and you can see that is a very healthy swarm right there. I would say these bees have been in this box at least 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. So we should find some capped brood in here for sure. And hopefully we're going to find comb built underneath the frames. And I'm working at a little weird angle, so bear with me. I'm not right on top of them. There you go. You don't want to come out. The frame is heavy too. Gosh, let's see how much comb is underneath it. We got a couple of pieces. There you go. That's what I want to see him do. Start making that. So let's put this right in. Beautiful. First piece in. Now, let's see how this next piece. This one ought to come out a little bit easier since I got one frame out. And hopefully it'll have comb on the bottom of it as well. Oh, that's heavy though. It broke off. But they'll build it back up again. There's a big piece of it in the box. Reposition my ladder. Maybe on this one I can look to see if we got brood, but I know we do. Boy, there's a big, big piece of comb down there. All that honey. There she is laying, look at that. So you can see there's brood already been hatched out of there. So it's been more than 3 weeks that these girls have been in here. Let's get this one in. Now this next piece has comb on it. That's what we want, huh? Look at that. Brood and everything on that. That's beautiful. I'm not even looking for my queen. Oh man, I hope I can get it in that space. Nope, I don't have enough space in there. I gotta put this back. I should have moved my board back a little bit because I don't have enough space in here. Let me pull this board back a little bit more. And I want to be real careful with this because I don't want it to break. But that's the whole idea of what I was hoping to achieve, is to get the bees to draw the comb below the frame so that we could see it as an observation hive. And now our last piece has also got drawn comb on it as well. Yes. Huh? How about that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you can see there's one good piece of comb in there. Looks like two pieces of comb in there. So I'm going to go get a frame, and I'm going to frame up whatever is in here on a frame. There's that frame with that rubber band on it. And just set it right here and reach inside of here and grab that piece of comb. Look at that. You're going to set that right in our frame. Look at that, like it was made for it, huh? Not bad, huh? And we got another tiny little piece in there, and it's got brood on it, so we'll go ahead and stick that one in here as well. Who knows, our queen may actually be on this piece. We're still putting it in. And I'm working over the bees right here, because any of the bees that are on this comb, if they go down, that's fine with me. Now, what I'm going to do, because I have this big gap of space right here and a big gap on that one as well, if I drop this frame right in there, they're going to make funny comb up inside of there. So what I'm going to do is going to take one of these frames that's already got drawn comb on it, and I'm going to place it between the two of them. So this will discourage that funny comb building. Put this one right next to there. So now we have solid foundation between the two. And then our final frame on that side of that. Now what they do with it is going to be their discretion. And then I'm going to go ahead, I got two more frames that I have out here without drawn comb on it. Let me drop those in here as well, and that'll be all the frames that I'm going to put in here. These frames were already in here, so let me just reach back here and get them. Hopefully they won't fall. Alright, there is our setup. So now what I'm going to do is, all I have to do to get the bees that are inside of the box, simply lay it down and allow them to crawl out. So this is going to take a little while for that to happen, because I don't want to beat the bees out of there. I just want them to walk out, and they will. It might take a little while. Or, John, show the camera, because you can see them. They're already starting to come out. Some of them are already starting to march out of the box. And they will. They'll march out of the box and onto their comb. And once I get the majority of them out, and I don't know, our queen may still be in there, Once I get the majority of them out, then I'll close up the box. It's been about half an hour now, and things have calmed down significantly. This is how I decided to get the bees to come out, by tipping it all the way over like that. Let's pull it down and see how many more bees are still in here. We still got a couple. I think I'm gonna just get the smoke and clean them out with that. John suggested we use the brush. I like that idea a lot. So we're gonna do just that. Get them all down to coming down to a little bit. And brush them out. Pretty much, yeah, they're all going out of there. Now, just look at that beetle tracking that bee tracking that beetle. Boy, they do a good job, don't they? Let me take care of it. Good job, little girl. All right, I'm gonna slide the lid over all these girls all the way. Remember, their entrance is just right over here. They will get over there. Now let's get the back lid on it. And now all we have to do is let the bees calm down to the front of it. We'll check you back. We'll check back in just a little while and see how they look. And this is what I was wanting to see right here. All those bees in the air, locating the entrance, their new entrance to the hive. So all of these bees that are flying out here will eventually find that little spot, and everybody be inside there. Hopefully before lunch today. It's been almost 2 hours since we got all this thing set up, but the bees have definitely found the entrance to their hive, because there are no bees up in the air anymore. Now, they're still not happy. I've got my suit on right now because they already stung me already. So I went and put my suit on. They didn't want me to come over here. They're still not calm, but at least they're inside of the hive. So speaking of inside the hive, let's go open up the slide on the side of it and see how this hive is going to look for us. Let's go ahead and remove the screen and reveal what our hive is going to look like. Oh yeah! Very nice. Look at this. Let me grab the camera. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Well, we're going to be able to see this really well. In some ways a little bit better than the open air colony. Man, that's very nice. Hopefully they're going to be able to figure it out to get all that secured on there. Hot dog. Back in business again. Thank you, Jesus. Whew. I got to admit, that is really slick. And hopefully the bees will continue to draw comb down. And I should be able to give you a couple of follow-ups on this one. So there's a good strong hive. I'm very happy, and I think these girls will be very happy too. So that's all I got for you in this one. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out of here until the next video.